Value. Everybody buys looking at price, quality, service. Back when I got into selling in 1974, I was told price, quality, service, pick any two. Today, people say price, quality, service. I'll take all three, thank you. And if you can't give me all three, somebody else will. The value of your membership, the value that SGMP must deliver to you. I guess we can even see the color here. To pay the price, you've got to get the quality and the service. I would say that probably everybody that has attended this conference would say, no sweat. We get plenty of quality and service. It's worth the price. You're here, you've experienced it, you know. But what about the people that aren't here? What about the people that never experienced this? They don't understand the quality, the service for the price. They don't understand the value. That's where we need to go. When you leave, what are you going to talk about when you go back? What are you going to tell people that you learned at Nashville? Well, you're going to talk about Waldo teaching you how to break through barriers, how to push it up, and how to implement ideas. What I teach is relationships. Now, this is this is a formula for a great relationship. This is what I try to teach people. How do we get along? Okay. Now, this is a strategic alliance. This is serious stuff. Big Dog, as you see, is partnering with Little Dog, who's partnering with the cat to do what? Why are they creating their strategic alliance? To rip off the cake. Now, we know when that cake hits the floor, their strategic alliance is going to go into the dumper. It's okay, because the cake went in the floor. We're going to have a strategic alliance here this morning to where we're going to deal with member value. When we're done, we don't need the strategic alliance anymore. We can move on. But I need to get you close to having some kind of a relationship with me where you're willing to work with me. When I do my programs on outrageously successful relationships, I give 4 tips, but today I'm only going to give you 1 tip. And this tip says it's a lot more important to focus on getting things done than to obsess on being right. And pretty soon you're going to understand what I'm talking about. Now, what I need you to do is just think for a moment of the last time you had an argument with somebody. Could have been at home, could have been at work, could have been an employer, employee, a spouse, sibling, parent. See that person in your mind's eye. See that person with their behavior in this argument. You see it? Now, back in the 80s, there was a husband and wife team, Doctors Jordan and Margaret Paul, who wrote a book about relationships. Now, when I tell you the title of the book, I got to get a promise from the guys in the room. Guys, you promise me you will not close down when I tell you the title of the book. Go like the little doggies in the curly. Good. Okay, good. I see it. The title of the book was, Do I Have to Give Up Me to Be Loved by You? The guys are going, oh, God. But the crux of this book for me was, in times of conflict, we operate from one of 2 places. We operate from, excuse me, I'm right. Or we operate from, I don't understand this person, but I'm trying to learn. Now, what I'd like you to do for me is tell me, and we're all going to do this in unison so nobody's embarrassed, and it's going to be the audience participation part coming up. I want you to tell me, in that argument that you were just thinking about, you saw yourself in, were you operating from, excuse me, I'm right? Or were you operating from, I'm trying to learn? Now, on the count of 3, so nobody's embarrassed, you're going to say, I'm right or trying to learn. You got your part? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Most of you said, I'm right. The 1 or 2 of you that said, I'm trying to learn, I humbly submit to you. If you were trying to learn, how could you have had that argument? What I'm looking for today is everybody to be in the I'm trying to learn place, because what we're going to be doing is a little difficult and is a little bit hard. And you're used to, in a keynote talk, the speaker getting up here and being wonderful and elegant, and you just sitting back, kicking back and doing nothing. We got to do something different today. The perceptions that you have of what we're doing. It says here, the only reality I have with is my conversation I have with myself about you. You're having a conversation with yourself about me. You're having a conversation with yourself about reality. You're having a conversation with yourself about value. I'm looking for you to have a conversation with yourself about value. In association life, there are two types of members. There's the member that's the giver, there's the member that's the taker, and we need both, believe it or not. The member that's the giver, God bless them. They'll come to the meeting no matter what. They'll attend the meeting no matter how good, no matter how bad, no matter how wonderful or lousy the location. Unfortunately, a lot of those are dying off. We have the taker members, but we need those people too. They're the ones that say, I will come and play in your sandbox with you if you show me there's value, if you show me there's synergy. In American Society of Association Executives, they did a study a couple years ago on why members do not rejoin their association. Now, it said 12% of them didn't rejoin because the business closed or merged. Is that a reasonable excuse? Yeah, okay, I'll go with that one. 15% had a change of profession. Is that a reasonable excuse for not rejoining? Absolutely. 16% said they could not determine. No good, no good. What that means to me is no value. 17% said the dues are too high. That means to me no value. 7% said not enough time to use member benefits. You know what that means to me? No value. 17% said service is no longer relevant. What does that mean? And 16% said other reasons. What does that mean? So 73% said what? No value. Too bad those people didn't hear what you're going to hear in just a couple minutes. We have to document the value added. Business and industry is doing this. An example of Allied Distribution, a very large integrator, they document the value added that they do to where when they deal with their customers, they tell them the value. That's where we have to go.